All right, everybody, hello and welcome to our channel. I am so glad you're here, truly. Pull up a chair, get comfy, maybe grab a snack. I won't judge, I'm probably having one too. Today we're diving into something I think we can all relate to, something that, let's be honest, can really ruin your day if you let it. We're talking about the art of outsmarting rude people and doing it effortlessly without losing your cool. Because who has time to lose their cool? I know I don't. My cool is very precious to me, I keep it in a little velvet box. Now the most important thing to remember, and I mean most important thing, like remembering where you parked your car at the mall, is that staying calm and composed is your greatest weapon against disrespect. It really is. Think about it. When someone's trying to get a rise out of you and you just don't rise, it's like they're throwing a boomerang and it just keeps on going right past your head because you're too busy being fabulous and unbothered. That calm is your superpower, your invisible shield, your personal Zen garden in a world that sometimes feels like a non-stop leaf blower convention. Why are we talking about this? Well, because rude people are everywhere, aren't they? It's like they have a secret club and the membership dues are just being unpleasant. You find them in line at the coffee shop, you find them online, sometimes bless their hearts, they're even related to you. And dealing with them can be draining. It can be frustrating, it can make you want to just, scream into a pillow. But we're not going to do that. Oh no, we're going to be smarter, we're going to be classier, and we're going to be funnier probably. So, get ready because in this video, we're going to arm you with some fantastic, easy-to-use strategies. These aren't complicated psychological maneuvers, folks. These are simple, effective ways to handle those not-so-nice encounters and walk away feeling good about yourself. We're talking calm comebacks, clever quips, and the sheer unadulterated power of not letting anyone steal your sunshine. It's going to be great, you're going to love it, and by the end, you'll be a rude person deflecting ninja. A very kind, very calm ninja. Let's get started. Okay, our first amazing technique, and it's a classic for a reason, is the power of indifference. Now I know what you're thinking. Indifference, Ellen, that sounds a bit cold. But hear me out. It's not about being cold, it's about being cool. Cool as a cucumber, cool as the other side of the pillow, cool as that one person who always knows how to work the complicated coffee machine at the office. This kind of indifference is a superpower. It's like having an invisible shield that just deflects negativity. Someone throws a rude comment your way, poof, it bounces right off. You're Teflon, baby. You see, most of the time when someone is being rude, they're looking for a reaction. They want to see you get flustered. They want to see you get angry. They want to feel like they've had an impact, like they've pushed your buttons. It's a bit like a toddler throwing a tantrum to get attention, isn't it? They're making all this noise, hoping you'll engage on their level. But when you meet their rudeness with calm indifference, you're essentially saying, nope, not playing this game today. You're denying them the satisfaction they crave. And that, my friends, is incredibly powerful. It's like unplugging their microphone mid-sentence. Let's break down the magic phrase, you're entitled to your opinion. This part is brilliant because, well, it's true. Everyone entitled to their opinion, however misguided or grumpy or just plain wrong it might be. By acknowledging this, you're being polite, you're being mature, you're not stooping to their level. You're saying, sure, you can think that. You can absolutely have that little thought bubble floating over your head. That's your prerogative. It's disarmingly agreeable, but it's just the setup for the real knockout punch of politeness that's coming next. And then comes the zinger, the part that really drives it home. And I'm entitled to ignore it. Boom! Mic drop, but like a very gentle, very calm mic drop. This is where their power just deflates like a sad birthday balloon the day after the party. You're not arguing, you're not defending, you're simply stating your right to not let their negativity take up any space in your brain. Their words, which they probably thought were so cutting and important, suddenly become insignificant. They're left standing there with their opinion, and you're just, moving on with your fabulous day. Alright, moving on to our next brilliant strategy, and this one is for those of you who like a little sparkle with your strength dismissive humor. Oh, I love this one. It's like being a verbal ninja, but instead of nunchucks, you're armed with wit and a charming smile. Dismissive humor is all about using playful yet sharp responses to expose the lack of substance in rude people's comments, all without directly insulting them. It's clever, it's classy, and it often leaves the rude person a little bit bewildered, which, let's be honest, can be quite satisfying. The beauty of this technique lies in that delicate balance, playful yet sharp. You're not going for the jugular here. You're not trying to be mean or aggressive, that would just bring you down to their level, and we're all about staying on the high road, preferably in a convertible with the top down. Instead, you're delivering a gentle jab, a little poke that says, I see you, I hear you, and frankly, what you're saying is a bit silly. It's like a tiny, adorable kitten that also happens to have surprisingly sharp claws, but only uses them when absolutely necessary. What you're really doing with dismissive humor is highlighting the emptiness, the sheer lack of thought behind their rude remarks. You're not attacking them as a person, you're gently, humorously pointing out that their comment is, well, not exactly a Nobel Prize-winning insight. It's like someone trying to build a house of cards in a wind tunnel. You're just politely pointing out the futility of their efforts. It's that wonderful Southern phrase, oh bless your heart, but infused with a little extra sparkle and wit. The goal here isn't to start a fight, it's to end one before it even really begins, or at least to take all the wind out of their sails. You want to make them pause, maybe even crack a smile despite themselves, and realize that their attempt to be intimidating or hurtful just isn't working. You're disarming them with charm and a well-placed chuckle. It's like you're the host of a party, and they've just said something a bit off, and you, with your effortless grace, turn it into a lighthearted moment for everyone, except maybe for them, a little bit. Alright, so, picture this. Someone comes at you all fired up, ready for a verbal sparring match. They've got that look in their eyes, the one that says they've been waiting for this moment, probably rehearsing it in their head over and over. You know the type. They've got their argument points memorized, probably practiced them in the mirror, and they are just itching for you to take the bait. They've got their lines ready, their comeback sharp, and they're just waiting for you to say something, anything to get the ball rolling. But here's a little secret, a real game changer. You don't have to. You don't have to engage, you don't have to respond, you don't even have to acknowledge their attempt to drag you into their drama. You really, really don't. It's like having a superpower, the ability to just walk away, to say, nope, not today, and keep on moving. Think of it like someone offering you a plate of, I don't know, Brussels sprouts when you're a kid. You don't have to eat them just because they're there. You can just say no thank you and keep your peace. It's that simple. You don't have to justify it, you don't have to explain it, you just say no and move on. It's about choosing your battles, and sometimes the best battle is the one you don't even show up for. It's about recognizing that not every fight is worth your time, your energy, or your peace of mind. It's that simple, folks. It's about knowing when to engage and when to walk away, and having the strength to choose the latter. Now, why would you want to dive into a mud puddle with someone who clearly enjoys slinging mud? Why would you want to get dirty just to prove a point? I mean, really think about it. What do you gain from it? A momentary sense of satisfaction? A fleeting feeling of victory? Is it really worth it? They're already covered in it, probably have a season pass to the mud pit, and you're just going to end up needing a long shower and a lot of therapy. It's not worth it. It's like that saying, never wrestle with a pig. You both get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. You both get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. They thrive in that environment. They enjoy the chaos, the mess, the drama. And it's true. These folks who thrive on disrespect, they get a little thrill out of dragging you down to their level. It's like a game to them, a twisted form of entertainment. These folks who thrive on disrespect, they get a little thrill out of dragging you down to their level. It's their Super Bowl, and you are not obligated to be their star player, or even a spectator for that matter. It's their Super Bowl, and you are not obligated to be their star player, or even a spectator for that matter. You don't have to play their game. You don't have to follow their rules. So when you say something like, I don't argue with people who thrive on disrespect, it's not about being weak. It's about being incredibly strong. It's about setting boundaries, about valuing your own peace of mind. It's a declaration that your energy is valuable. Too valuable to waste on a pointless back and forth that's going nowhere good. You're essentially drawing a line in the sand, a very polite but very firm line, and saying, my peace of mind. You're essentially drawing a line in the sand, a very polite but very firm line, and saying, my peace of mind. Yeah, that's more important than proving you wrong or getting the last word. Yeah, that's more important than proving you wrong or getting the last word. It's about prioritizing your own well-being over a temporary sense of victory. And trust me, that feeling of walking away unruffled, that's a win. A big, beautiful, stress-free win. It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, a breath of fresh air, a big, beautiful, stress-free win. It's like choosing a nap over a pointless meeting. It's about making choices that serve you, that protect your peace. It's like choosing a nap over a pointless meeting. And let's be honest, engaging with them is exactly what they want. They're looking for that reaction, that spark, that moment where they feel like they've gotten under your skin. And let's be honest, engaging with them is exactly what they want. They're looking for that reaction, that spark, that moment where they feel like they've gotten under your skin. It validates their negativity. They're looking for that reaction, that spark, that moment where they feel like they've gotten under your skin. It validates their negativity. It gives them a sense of power, a sense of control. But when you just don't, when you refuse to play their game, oh, it's beautiful. It's like they've thrown a boomerang and it just keeps on flying because there's nothing for it to come back to. When you refuse to play their game, oh, it's beautiful. It's like they've thrown a boomerang and it just keeps on flying because there's nothing for it to come back to. You're not giving them the satisfaction and you're keeping your own energy clean and positive. It's like they've thrown a boomerang and it just keeps on flying because there's nothing for it to come back to. You're not giving them the satisfaction and you're keeping your own energy clean and positive. It's a power move, disguised as a graceful exit. You're not giving them the satisfaction and you're keeping your own energy clean and positive. It's a power move, disguised as a graceful exit. Think of it as emotional decluttering. It's a power move, disguised as a graceful exit. Think of it as emotional decluttering. You're clearing out the negativity, the drama, the stress, and making room for peace, for positivity, for joy. Think of it as emotional decluttering. You're clearing out the negativity, the drama, the stress, and making room for peace, for positivity, for joy. It's about making choices that serve you, that protect your peace, that prioritize your well-being. Alright, now sometimes, just sometimes, a little reality check is in order. Not for you, but for the person dishing out the disrespect. It's like they're cruising down the highway of life in the wrong lane, honking at everyone, and someone needs to gently, or maybe not so gently, point out that they're about to cause a 10-car pileup. That's where a comment like, "Your attitude isn't going to get you very far in life," comes in. It's not an insult, it's an observation. A potentially life-altering observation if they're willing to hear it, which you know is a big if. Think of it as planting a tiny seed. You're not there to water it or make sure it gets enough sun. You're just dropping a little seed of thought into their mind. Maybe it sprouts, maybe it doesn't. But you've offered them a moment of potential self-reflection. It's like holding up a mirror, not to be mean but to say, hey, have you seen this? Because this is what the world is seeing and it might be holding you back. It's a kindness, in a roundabout, tough love sort of way. Like when your friend tells you there's spinach in your teeth. It's awkward, but necessary. This isn't about getting into a debate about their future prospects. Oh no, we're still avoiding engagement, remember? It's a drive-by truth bomb. You deliver the line calmly, perhaps with a hint of concern, genuine or feigned, dealer's choice, and then you move on. You're not sticking around for their rebuttal or their excuses. You're simply stating a potential consequence of their current trajectory. It's like a weather forecast. Continued disrespect may lead to a 100% chance of loneliness and missed opportunities. You're just the messenger. And let's be clear, you're probably not going to get a thank you so much for that insightful critique of my personality. Oh, if only. More likely, they'll be annoyed or dismissive. But that's okay, the point isn't to change them in that exact moment. The point is to make think, even if it's hours or days later, when they're alone and wondering why things aren't going their way. It's a little nudge towards self-awareness. And sometimes, that's the best you can do. It's like leaving a helpful sticky note, but for their soul. Section 2. The Lonely Road of Rudeness. Okay, this next one is for all you proactive peacekeepers out there. You know who you are. You can sense a potentially draining, pointless, or downright rude conversation brewing from a mile away. It's like having a superpower, a dromedar, if you will. And when that dromedar starts pinging, you need a strategy to shut it down before it even gets off the ground. That's where phrases like, "This conversation was over before it even started," come into play. It's bold, it's direct, and it's incredibly effective at preserving your sanity. Think of it like this. You see someone approaching and they're about to launch into their favorite complaint or try to pick a fight or drag you into some unnecessary negativity. Instead of bracing for impact, you deploy the preemptive shutdown. It's like putting up a road closed sign before they even get to your street. You're not waiting for the negativity to arrive. You're politely, or not so politely depending on the situation, informing them that this particular conversational journey is not happening today, or ever. This isn't about being rude for the sake of being rude. Oh no, this is about efficiency and self-preservation. It's about recognizing that some interactions are simply not worth your time or energy. You've got things to do, joy to experience, maybe a nap to take, and engaging in a conversation that you already know is going to be a dead end, that's just a waste of precious resources. It's like knowing a movie has a terrible ending but deciding to watch the whole thing anyway. Why would you do that to yourself? The beauty of ending a conversation before it starts is that it nips the conflict in the bud. There's no escalation, no back and forth, no lingering resentment, because you got sucked into something you didn't want to be a part of. You're drawing a clear boundary right from the outset. It's a statement that says, I value my peace, and I'm not willing to compromise it for this. And that, my friends, is a powerful stance. It's like being the bouncer of your own mind. And some conversations just don't make the guest list. Section 2. The no entry sign for negativity. Alright, so picture this. Someone says something rude, something just, You know the type of comment that just makes you want to roll your eyes and walk away? Maybe it's a snide remark about your outfit, or a passive-aggressive jab at your work. Whatever it is, it's the kind of thing that can stick with you, gnawing at the edges of your mind, threatening to ruin your day. But what if it didn't have to? What if you had a magical way to just let it go? And instead of letting it stick, instead of letting it ruin your fabulous day, you just let it go. Poof! Gone. Imagine walking through a beautiful park, the sun shining, birds singing, and you're just soaking it all in. Someone's rude comment, it's like a leaf that falls into the river and gets carried away by the current. You don't hold on to it, you don't let it weigh you down, you just let it drift away, out of sight, out of mind. This next comeback is all about that magic. It's like having a little spell you can cast whenever negativity tries to creep into your life. Picture yourself with a magic wand, playfully waving it around, making all the bad vibes disappear. It's not just a trick, it's a mindset, a way of reclaiming your peace and joy. It's like having a little mental dustbuster for negativity. Imagine you're outside, tidying up your space with a handheld vacuum cleaner or a small broom. Every negative comment, every rude remark is just another piece of debris that you can sweep away. It doesn't belong in your space, and you have the power to remove it. The phrase, "Thanks for your input, I'll be sure to forget it immediately." Isn't that beautiful? It's like a verbal judo move, using the other person's energy against them. You acknowledge their comment, but you also make it clear that it holds no power over you. It's a way of saying, I hear you, but I'm not letting this affect me. It's polite, it's a little sassy, and it's incredibly freeing. Imagine sitting at an outdoor cafe, laughing with friends, and someone tries to bring you down with a snide comment. You just give a lighthearted shrug, maybe even laugh it off. It's like you're saying, nice try, but I'm too busy enjoying my life to let this bother me. It's like saying, oh, you brought me this lovely pile of opinions? How thoughtful. Imagine someone handing you a small gift box, and when you open it, it's just filled with their unsolicited opinions. You look at it puzzled, and then you realize you don't have to keep it. You can just smile, say thank you, and move on. I'll just pop it in my mental shredder right away. Picture yourself with a mental shredder ready to dispose of any negativity that comes your way. Someone hands you a rude comment, you just smile, feed it into the shredder, and watch it turn into confetti. It's gone. Just like that. It's the art of selective amnesia, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. Imagine sitting on a park bench looking thoughtful, and deciding that you're only going to remember the good things. The compliments, the kind words, the moments of joy, those are the memories you keep. Everything else, it's like it never happened. Why is this so brilliant, you ask? Well, think about it. Your brain, that amazing, wonderful organ that helps you remember where you put your keys, sometimes, and all the lyrics to that one song from your high school dance. It's precious real estate. You wouldn't clutter it up with junk, would you? No, you save that space for the things that matter, the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. You wouldn't let just anyone move in and start cluttering up the place with their negativity, would you? No. Imagine standing in a beautiful park, arms outstretched, embracing the day. You're not going to let anyone come in and ruin that moment with their negativity. You're blocking that imaginary door, keeping your space sacred and joyful. You'd be like, excuse me, this space is reserved for joy and dance moves and maybe a recipe for a really good vegan cookie. Picture yourself dancing freely in an outdoor space or baking cookies in an outdoor kitchen setup. Your life is filled with joy, creativity, and delicious moments. There's no room for negativity here, so when someone offers up an unsolicited, unhelpful, or just plain rude comment, you're essentially saying, thanks but no thanks, my brain's at capacity for awesome today. Imagine holding up a no vacancy sign with a smile or showing a full sign at a festival. You're letting everyone know that your life is already filled with amazing things, and there's no room for negativity. The comeback itself, thanks for your input, I'll be sure to forget it immediately, is a masterpiece of understated power. It's like a secret weapon you can pull out whenever you need it. It's polite, it's disarming, and it's incredibly effective. The thanks for your input part is key. It's disarmingly polite. Imagine offering a handshake with a polite smile or nodding appreciatively in conversation. You're acknowledging the other person, but you're also setting a boundary. You're saying, I hear you, but I'm not letting this affect me. It's like you're acknowledging they spoke, that words came out of their mouth. Good for them. Imagine clapping lightly as if acknowledging someone or giving a thumbs up outdoors. You're recognizing their effort, but you're not giving it any more importance than it deserves. But then, the I'll be sure to forget it immediately part, that's where the real magic happens. Imagine making a dismissive hand gesture with a smile, or pretending to erase something from a chalkboard. You're not just letting go of the comment, you're actively choosing to forget it. Oh, that's where the magic happens. It's like performing a simple magic trick with a coin, or making a ta-da gesture. You're taking something negative and making it disappear, just like that. It's delivered with a smile, maybe a little nod, as if you're doing them a favor by not burdening your memory with their contribution. Imagine smiling and nodding in a friendly manner, or gently waving goodbye. You're being kind, but you're also making it clear that their comment is not worth remembering. It's like they handed you a flyer on the street and you're saying, great, thanks. Imagine someone handing out flyers on the street and you receive one with a smile. You're polite, you're courteous, but you're not going to keep that flyer, while already eyeing the nearest recycling bin. You're already looking for the nearest recycling bin, ready to dispose of it. It's not something you need to hold on to. And the effect on the rude person? Chef's kiss. It's perfect. They're left wondering what just happened, their words having no impact on you. They expect a fight, they expect you to get defensive, they expect their words to land and fester. Imagine someone looking confused or taken aback, or someone with crossed arms looking expectant. They're waiting for a reaction, but they're not going to get the one they expected. Instead, you've just told them, in the nicest way possible, that their comment is so insignificant, so utterly forgettable, that it's already on its way to the land of lost socks and single earrings. Imagine pointing at a lost and found sign, or holding a single earring with a puzzled look. Their comment is already forgotten, lost in the void of things that don't matter. It's like they threw a verbal punch, and you just sidestepped it with a graceful little pirouette, leaving them punching the air. Imagine doing a pirouette or gracefully dodging an imaginary punch. You're not engaging in their negativity, you're just moving past it with grace and ease. They're left standing there wondering if their insult even made a sound if no one remembered hearing it. It's beautiful, really. Imagine standing alone, looking contemplative, or walking away, leaving another person looking confused. Their insult has no power, no impact. It's like it never even existed. And that, my friends, is the true magic of poof, gone. Alright, sometimes, being indifferent or forgetful just doesn't quite cut it. Sometimes you encounter someone who isn't just being casually rude, they're really putting in the effort. They're going for the gold medal in the nonsense Olympics. And for those moments, we have another gem. You seem really dedicated to making a fool of yourself. Ooh, it's a little more direct, isn't it? But notice, it's still observational. It's like you're a nature documentarian, calmly noting the peculiar behavior of a very committed creature. This phrase, you seem really dedicated to making a fool of yourself, is a beautiful thing. It's not an outright insult like you are a fool. Nope, that's not our style. We're classier than that. Instead, it's an observation about their to a particular performance. It's like saying, wow, you've clearly practiced this routine of public ridiculousness. The hours you must have put in. It subtly reframes their aggressive or silly behavior as a conscious, almost laborious effort on their part. And who wants to be known for working hard at looking foolish? Why is this so darn effective? because it shifts the entire dynamic. Suddenly the spotlight isn't on you and how you're reacting, it's squarely on in their chosen actions. It implies they are trying to make themselves look silly. It's not an accident. It's a project they're deeply invested in. And that, my friends, is a very uncomfortable thought for most people. It's like you've gently lifted a veil, and they see their reflection in a not-so-flattering light. It's the verbal equivalent of a polite but firm "oh honey no." The goal here isn't to humiliate them into silence, though silence would be a lovely side effect. The real aim is to make them pause, to make them actually about what they're doing and how they're coming across. It's like when a toddler is having a full-blown tantrum because their sock is the wrong shade of blue, and you just look at them with a kind of fascinated pity. You're not angry, you're just observing their intense dedication to this particular brand of drama, and sometimes, that calm observation is more powerful than any angry retort. Alright everybody, that's our deep dive into the art of the calm comeback. Wasn't that enlightening? We've explored the nuances of staying cool under pressure, and I hope you found it as insightful as I did. I feel like we've all graduated with honors from the University of Unflappability. Imagine a place where the curriculum is all about mastering the art of staying calm and collected no matter what life throws at you. You know, it's a very prestigious, very made-up university, but the diploma is inner peace, and that's priceless. Inner peace is something that can't be bought or sold. It's earned through practice and patience. We've learned how to turn those awkward, rude encounters into moments where we shine, not the person trying to bring the mood down. It's about flipping the script and taking control of the narrative. It's like turning lemons into, well, not lemonade, but into a really witty remark that makes the lemon thrower think twice. Imagine the satisfaction of seeing someone who tried to rattle you, left speechless by your calm and clever response. And that's even better, right? Because who needs more sour lemonade when you can have sweet, sweet victory? Victory that tastes like confidence and feels like a warm hug. The biggest, most important thing to remember from all of this, the sparkly takeaway I really want you to hold on to, is that you, yes, you, are the one holding all the cards. You have the power to shape your reactions and your reality. You're the director, the producer, and the star of your own emotional movie. If someone tries to cast you in their dreary drama, you have every right to say, "No thank you, I'm actually starring in a feel-good comedy today," and the main plot point is how I effortlessly maintain my cool and my fabulousness. You get to dictate your reactions. You get to maintain your incredible dignity, especially when faced with that not-so-great negativity. Don't let anyone rent space in your head without paying the happiness tax. And trust me, the rates are high. So go out there and practice these techniques. Not that I want you to encounter rude people, of course not. I wish for your days to be filled with sunshine and puppies that do adorable things, and people who spontaneously tell you how great your hair looks, because it probably does. But just in case life throws a little rudeness your way, you're now wonderfully armed with grace, wit, and an unshakable sense of calm. And remember, your peace of mind is your superpower. Protect it, nurture it, and let it shine so brightly that it inspires others. You've absolutely got this, I have no doubt. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you often give yourself credit for. And hey, if you enjoyed these tips and you're thinking, yes, more ways to handle life's little and sometimes not so little challenges with a smile, a spring in my step, and maybe a little dance break, then you know what to do. Go on, give that like button a little click if this made you feel a bit more empowered today. Drop a comment down below, tell us your favorite comeback, or share a story about a time you handled a tricky situation like the absolute boss you are. And please, oh please, hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you don't miss out on any more good stuff. We're building a fantastic community of kindness, confidence, and calm here, and we'd be thrilled for you to be a part of it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And as always, be kind to one another. Remember, the world is a better place when we all shine a little brighter. So keep shining, keep clicking, and keep spreading those good vibes. And trust me, the rates are high, so go out there and practice these techniques. Not that I want you to encounter rude people, of course not. I wish for your days to be filled with sunshine and puppies that do adorable things and people who spontaneously tell you how great your hair looks, because it probably does. But just in case life throws a little rudeness your way, you're now wonderfully armed with grace, wit, and an unshakable sense of calm. And remember, your peace of mind is your superpower. Protect it, nurture it, and let it shine so brightly that it inspires others. You've absolutely got this. I have no doubt. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you often give yourself credit for. And hey, if you enjoyed these tips and you're thinking, yes, more ways to handle life's little and sometimes not so little challenges with a smile, a spring in my step, and maybe a little dance break, then you know what to do? Go on, give that like button a little click if this made you feel a bit more empowered today. Drop a comment down below. Tell us your favorite comeback, or share a story about a time you handled a tricky situation like the absolute boss you are. And please, oh please, hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you don't miss out on any more good stuff. We're building a fantastic community of kindness, confidence, and calm here, and we'd be thrilled for you to be a part of it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And as always, be kind to one another. Remember, the world is a better place when we all shine a little brighter, so keep shining, keep clicking, and keep spreading those good vibes. And trust me, the rates are high, so go out there and practice these techniques. Not that I want you to encounter rude people, of course not. I wish for your days to be filled with sunshine and puppies that do adorable things, and people who spontaneously tell you how great your hair looks, because it probably does. But just in case life throws a little rudeness your way, you're now wonderfully armed with grace, wit, and an unshakable sense of calm. And remember, your peace of mind is your superpower. Protect it, nurture it, and let it shine so brightly that it inspires others. You've absolutely got this, I have no doubt. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you often give yourself credit for. And hey, if you enjoyed these tips and you're thinking, yes, more ways to handle life's little and sometimes not so little challenges with a smile, a spring in my step, and maybe a little dance break, then you know what to do. Go on, give that like button a little click if this made you feel a bit more empowered today. Drop a comment down below, tell us your favorite comeback, or share a story about a time you handled a tricky situation like the absolute boss you are. And please, oh please, hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you don't miss out on any more good stuff. We're building a fantastic community of kindness, confidence, and calm here, and we'd be thrilled for you to be a part of it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And as always, be kind to one another. Remember, the world is a better place when we all shine a little brighter. So keep shining, keep clicking, and keep spreading those good vibes. And trust me, the rates are high. So, go out there and practice these techniques. Not that I want you to encounter rude people, of course not. I wish for your days to be filled with sunshine, and puppies that do adorable things, and people who spontaneously tell you how great your hair looks, because it probably does. But just in case life throws a little rudeness your way, you're now wonderfully armed with grace, wit, and an unshakable sense of calm. And remember, your peace of mind is your superpower. Protect it, nurture it, and let it shine so brightly that it inspires others. You've absolutely got this, I have no doubt. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you often give yourself credit for. And hey, if you enjoyed these tips and you're thinking, yes, more ways to handle life's little and sometimes not so little challenges with a smile, a spring in my step, and maybe a little dance break, then you know what to do. Go on, give that like button a little click if this made you feel a bit more empowered today. Drop a comment down below. Tell us your favorite comeback, or share a story about a time you handled a tricky situation like the absolute boss you are. And as always, be kind to one another.